Welcome back, boys. As I go further and further down the rabbit hole of luxury life, increasing your wealth, becoming a millionaire, I keep uncovering secrets to how people amass huge amounts of wealth and how the top 0.1% of men on this planet operate. And I've recently noticed there's pockets of information, pockets of people that you absolutely need to be around, and pockets of people that you absolutely need to avoid. And recently I've really left any sense of reality behind. I do not live a normal life anymore, and the people that I interact with on a daily basis are the top 0.1% only. And I've found ways to cultivate this in my life, and it's massively attributed to any success that I've had. Success is all networking. Success is all people. You find things out, the good stuff, the good information you find out through relationships, and being connected with the right people gets you in the right rooms. Anyone who's connected with me has had an abundance of opportunities off of the back of any success that I've achieved. And the people that I hang out with give me an abundance of opportunities off of success that they've achieved. And this circle funds itself. The money stays together and it helps make everybody else richer. So how do you enter these circles? How do you live this type of lifestyle and get around these people and get away from what everybody else is doing and the poisoning that's going on in your mind right now? And I'll give you a brief touch on why this is so important. Everybody's heard you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. I didn't actually know that you genuinely become like them in your neural pathways. The way that you think, your brain syncs with their brain. So the things that they think, the way that they run their life is actually how you become. It's not just a matter of you end up in situations that they're in, so you're very similar. You genuinely become like them. And I notice this so much now when I hang out with anybody who's operating at a low level. Anybody with very bad negative beliefs, limiting beliefs in their mind. Their toxicity is super contagious, and you sense it like a cloud on them, and you can feel it in your mind. It's why some people exhaust you and some people energize you. So what I did in my life to try and change this was I cut out my whole lifestyle. I decided, because I wanted to be a new person, I had to go to a new place, and I chose Thailand was my place that I originally came to. Because when you're in your hometown, I guarantee probably 99% of you are not hanging around with millionaires every day and not hanging around with people that make insane amounts of money online, people that fly on private jets. You just have no ability to look into that world. So where do you find that? You don't find that in your little town. You find that in the beautiful places around the world where people go to live good lives. So you have to do anything you can to change your environment. If you're already in a good environment, for Dubai, for example, you need to go to the places where these people congregate, and you need to make connections through your charisma, through your incredible body, through the way that your physique looks, the things that maybe they don't have, and you become somebody that's helpful to any individual. Networking is all about favors, connecting somebody with somebody else, doing a favor for someone. When you're new to the game, you have to become the guy that is super fucking helpful. There's so many people that don't even realize it, that had no jobs, that were around me in Thailand, that have hung out with me at certain times, that could have become my cameraman, that could have become the person, that my right-hand man, just by getting their phone out and filming me, just by taking that little bit of initiative, getting their phone out, shooting pictures of me, giving me content, rather than watching me do it myself. And there's been 10, 20, 30 guys in this position talking to me, "Oh, Jack, I don't know what to do, man, blah, blah, blah," moaning about their lives, the fact they got to go home soon. When I run a network of killers, teach them exactly how to do this stuff called the New Elite, and they were already in my presence and could have just got the camera out and started being proactive. So networking with people is about being proactive, and it's about being helpful when you start out. When you go further up the ladder, it's very important to protect your time. When you have more to lose, you have to make sure that nobody enters your circle that puts that in jeopardy. And I have a system that I use to vet people when I meet them. I'm quite cutthroat and harsh when it comes to this. I do not believe in connection for connection's sake. Oh, he was a nice guy that I met down the pub. Yeah, we're friends now. That's not how my life works. My life is too busy, and I want too much, and I want to be the best for me to allow anyone who's not an advantage in my life to get in. And that doesn't mean I don't give. I'm very, very generous to the people that are in my life, but I'm very selective on who I let into my circle that is not in the New Elite. The guys that are in the New Elite, they have paid to play. Paying to play is a huge part of networking. They've paid to get access to the information, to the people, to hang out with millionaires. And we have a form that cuts out anyone who's not making good money. They have to go through an application process. So we make sure that the network stays high value. But people that meet me sort of one-off occasions, or when I'm traveling or I'm out and about, I look at them like this. So if somebody's older than me, they have to be far more successful than me for me to entertain spending any time with them, because they've had more time in the game, and I know how quickly things move. I know what I've been able to create in simply 5 years. If somebody's 40 years old and they're still struggling and asking me for advice, that's not somebody that I want to have in the circle. I'll give them advice, I'll wish them all the best, I'll give them a hand. But people that are older than you, that have not achieved the same success as you, or are struggling in their lives, are normally somebody who is making a lot of mistakes and they are not learning from those mistakes. It's normal to meet a young guy at the bottom. That's where they start. These people can be incredibly valuable when you meet a guy younger than you, but he's got that spark in his eye, he's got that hustle. These are incredible people to bring around you, to employ, to use inside of your network to get work done for you, because they've got that magic, but they don't have the value yet. So you see something in them and you give them a platform to allow them to create value for you. This is an incredibly important thing to do, to expand your businesses, to expand your empire. And then you also need those people who you genuinely admire. And the best people to do this with are either guys much older than yourself that have amassed far more than you can ever imagine, and you somehow find a way to speak with them. This was a connection that I made through Personal Brands. Connection with Iman. He's a very unique individual because he's younger than me and far more successful. An absolute key player to keep around, somebody that can teach you so much if you just listen and observe what they do. Everybody's telling you what they do all the time through their social media, through their business. You just have to be able to reverse engineer it. You have to be able to reverse analyze it and use the things they're telling you discreetly and copy their lifestyle and the way that they work. And then you have the guys at the top that have gained the wisdom. They've made the money, they've kept the money, and they've got the wisdom and the lessons along the way. These are the other key players. This is somebody like Robert Oliver. He's a sponsor. He owns Top Shelf Grind, who's my sponsor. And we met again through social media, through me having a high value Instagram, for me having some value to give him in promoting his products and taking his products and it aligning with my brand. Robert Oliver has had an 8-figure exit. The guy's worth multi-millions of dollars. He has a wife and kids. He has a property. He has a place in Puerto Rico. He's an incredible asset to my network because he's somebody that I can ask about things that I don't know yet. So when you meet people, you have to quickly analyze, okay, is this guy young and up and coming? Do I see good traits in him that I also want in myself? Yes, I do. Okay, I can keep him around. Maybe we can conquer things together. If somebody's older than you and less successful than you, they can be around. You can say hello to them every now and again, but I would not recommend bringing them into your network. You have to very quickly curate the 5 people that you spend the most time with. The way that I would do this efficiently in your town is you write down who you want to become, so the level you want to get to, the characteristics of a person that would be at that level, and then compare the 5 people you currently spend the most time with, do an audit and see how many of those characteristics they have. Are they at all like the person that you want to become? Most likely your answer is no, in which case you need to take drastic changes. I go by the term live fast, don't wait. There is no time to be waiting for this stuff if you're a young man. It's not going to come in a few years' time. You go out there and you create it. So you move locations, you get around the right people, and you do absolutely anything you can to be around the people that are where you want to be, whether that be holding a camera, whether that be learning editing, whether that be just being helpful and taking pictures of somebody or doing some work for them for free because you found somebody of value. That's how you get stuck around. That's how you learn their secrets. That's how you implement them yourself as a networker. If you want to pay to play, another very, very good way, and something that I implement all the time. I paid $60,000 for a mentorship at the start of the year. I've already made that $60,000 back just by paying for a mentor that knew things about business that I didn't know, that I could instantly implement. If you want to pay to play, if you want to be around guys that are making 100, 200, 300 grand a month, if you want to be around myself, if you want to get on Zoom calls with me, learn how we are dominating in this space, check out the link below. Apply to the New Elite, see if you'll be a good fit, see if you get through the application process, and it'd be a pleasure to bring you on board. But boys, I hope no matter what level you're at, you can take some of that wisdom in and use it to better select the people you spend time with, because it's such a huge part of life. And remember, you can have absolutely anything you want. You can go out there and take absolutely anything you want. Do not wait. Get some money saved together. Get yourself into an online high ticket sales job. Get yourself working online. Get around the world. Get around the killers and get into this game. Get into the game that we're playing and stop playing with the 99% and messing around. It's been a pleasure, boys. I'll see you on the next one. Whoop-pow!